Well, next up in our Cuse Connections, or maybe Quarantine Chronicles, is Buddy Boeheim joining us from suburban Syracuse. And Buddy, good to see you. It looks like you're doing well and feeling good.
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
So I guess the starting point on all of these is, what are you doing? How do you occupy your time?
The first week or so was really weird. Just kind of laying around, it felt like most of the day, and kind of like, what are we gonna do for, however long this could possibly be. And I just kind of realized like, all right, I got to get a plan now. Like, what am I gonna do? I have to structure my day, whatever it is, to feel like I'm getting stuff done and trying to take the advantage of this downtime. And now I'm these past couple weeks just working out every day, getting shots up, lifting weights for a couple hours, and then I'll try to get that done in the morning sometime, and then I'll have my class routine, and they're keeping us busy with essays, final projects, this stuff here and there, and I'll try to get that done, and then later in the day we'll try to watch a movie or play some board games. So we'll have fun with that, and figure out what's for dinner.
Okay, good. Well, we'll get to all that in due time. Let's kind of take it one at a time. And number one would be in terms of your staying in shape, because I think we're all worried about the COVID-19 here. When you've got idle time and idle hands, there's a lot of eating that goes on. But you got a gym right there on your property. You also have a Division I basketball player right there in your house, right? So
Yep.
that's unusual. And how are you and Jimmy kind of trying to stay in some sort of basketball shape?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's great having him here, and we compete a lot, and we won't play one-on-one much because it usually ends up in a fight, which is how it's been in the past. But we'll shoot together, try to get down there together, get some shots up, and then lift and share each other's lifts or what we're doing in the weight room, just little stuff like that. And it's good to have a partner down there to work out with. It's not always fun when you're by yourself. You miss being with the guys and the coaches. So it's definitely good to have someone like that come down and be able to work out with, and just share that with.
We talked to Elijah last week, and I think that's the part that he misses. And he's not somebody who's just going to disappear for 12 hours a day and play video games. He loves the competition and the camaraderie, right? So are you able to keep in touch with the guys at all?
Yeah, we text, just about every day still in our group chat, and just, little things here and there, sending stuff, and, trying to keep in touch, and really just missing them. And, I'll play Fortnite every now and then with Joe, and me and Marek play a game on our phones. So we still keep in touch through that, video game, stuff like that, and just reaching out through Instagram, little stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm definitely missing them, and I'm excited to, see them again.
Cool. Well, let's work through your day a little bit. You kind of hit on the highlights. So in terms of schoolwork, you're going to be telling your grandkids about this someday. This is a really unique time in the history of our country. It's basically unprecedented. How are you hanging in there in terms of staying connected, keeping on progress, and what are you doing in classes?
So right now I'm in 4 classes, and I just had this morning at 9:30. I had a Zoom meeting for sport management, and then we talk here and there. We had a take-home test a couple weeks ago that I did, and then for my coaching class I have a final presentation I have to do, which is in a couple weeks. So we meet twice a week and just talk about that, or we'll have people come in and talk to us and just little stuff like that. So just staying in touch with that, staying in the routine of going to the Zoom meetings and figuring out the technology and doing that. So just little stuff like that. And then just checking my emails and seeing what work I have to do. I have about a quiz a week, or, discussion sections I have to participate weekly. So just making sure I'm on top of that and trying to get ahead so, I can enjoy, being at home and not trying to worry about school too much.
Sure. So I think the fans are probably interested in the other couple of things you mentioned. One would be the evening board games in the Boeheim household. Break it down for us. What's the game of choice? And you got some competitive people there. So how's that all working out?
Yeah, the other night we played Yahtzee, and Jimmy won. He usually wins those board games. He's really competitive. He's good. He has experience, and Coach B, I think, got last, and he wasn't liking it at all. He acted like he never played the game before, but I know he's played it a couple of times, so he's kind of asking us for advice, and then if he got it wrong or something, it was our fault. So just a classic,
Never heard
playing
anything like that
with
before.
him. He doesn't like losing, doesn't matter what it is, and
Yeah.
just a lot of fun competing and playing that. And then we'll play pinball a lot. We have Sopranos in our basement that we like to play, and my dad and my sister like playing that a lot. So I've been playing with them a lot for that, and also playing Rock Band. My brother's really good at the guitar, so we'll do that. I'll sing. Sissy will play the drums or something, and then me and my mom have been doing a lot of puzzles, so we're working on one right now.
Okay, well, geez, it sounds like if you had a Boeheim Family Olympics, that Jimmy would be the man to beat, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the Ivy Leaguer showing some skills. So, coach, there, what's he display in board games that you've seen on the court before?
Uh, Definitely not a lot of patience. If someone is taking a while during their turn, they'll say, come on, hurry up, or he'll try to end their turn early. Yeah, like golf, 5 feet from the hole, just pick it up. We did that too. My brother and my dad, we went golfing at Linden a week ago or so, and that was fun. So just little stuff like that, and he's just competitive, and he treats everything like it's a game, like a competition.
Okay, now it's dinner time, and how's that going? I don't see the Hall of Famer with a spatula in his hand.
No, a lot of takeout. He really likes getting, takeout. We got Chop House the other night. He wanted steak, so we did that. We get Santangelo's a lot, probably twice a week or so. We've been getting that recently. We got Utica Pizza the last night, one of the kids' favorite, so we got to get that. And my mom's been cooking here and there, so, it's a tough house, really tough crowd. My brother's really picky. And, my dad likes steak and, he wants that stuff. So it's a tough crowd, but she does her best, and she'll make 3 or 4 meals, different things. And, she's the best. So dinner's been a lot of interesting combos, different meals. And I think last night we had Utica pizza, and then my mom made pork chops for my dad. So
Whoa.
A little bit of everything.
Okay. Let's go back through the season a little bit. And I'm curious how you, the guys, sort of feel about the way it went, because around Thanksgiving time, it's like, this could be pretty ugly here. And at the end, you have to feel pretty positive about how it finished. But you take us through it a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, the beginning of the year was really tough for everyone. I think, especially after going to New York City and, losing those 2 games. And, we were all kind of down a little, but this team has really, came together. We had a couple meetings just on our own, talking about what we can do, how we can get better as a team, just to try to finish out the year as strong as we can, because we know what we were capable of. And, I think looking back on it, you obviously, 18-14 is not the best record, but given the circumstances and how we started off the year, I think we really came together well. And, it was just a great group as well. I mean, there was no one that, that got in arguments or anything. It was a group that stayed together, and, I really enjoyed playing with this group. It was a young group as well. So I think, building off this past season will be good for us. And, it's a season that full of up and downs, but I was just proud of the way that we came together and was able to, be one of the top teams in the ACC and, finish off beating North Carolina at their arena pretty much by 20 plus.
You personally, buddy, had 97 threes. You led the conference in 3-pointers made, and in percentage. Boy, one more game, you might have been right there at 100. That's only been done a few times in the history of the rule in the program. And, so you got to be thinking, man, one more shot at it would have been quite the milestone.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't really keep track of that stuff much. I just try to go out there and, play my game and, look for my shots. But definitely looking back on that, I'm just proud of the way I shot the ball this year. My teammates really did a good job finding me. It's so easy playing with guys like Elijah and Marek and Joe. So they did a great job finding me. And, it's just something for me to build on going in next year with the just goals of shooting at an even higher percentage and, trying to make more threes and just being the best player I can for this team. And I know that, I can build off that and just, it would be funny looking back on it, knowing I could have. It's similar to high school. I had 994 points, and then I transferred to Brewster, so
Okay.
it never carried over.
That's interesting. Just shy, and someday you'll get over the hump in a different way. Let's end, Buddy, on a couple of thoughts really about the team. I mean, you kind of said you took a big leap this year. You could take another leap into next year. You're also connected with the general manager living in your house there. What do you see happening here, whether it's the transfer market? You got a couple of freshman recruits coming in. What's the makeup of the 21 Syracuse Orange?
Similar to this year, I think it'll be, a more experienced group for sure. Jogan a year under his belt, and I think he'll be great, even better for us next year. Mareka, a senior, he's going to be great for us. I think he can really step up, as a voice as well, and be kind of a good leader. He's a great example for the team by how he acts and plays, and I think we can all look up to him. And then you got Barama had a great end of the season, so I think he can put it together for a full season next year. And if he plays like that, he's one of the best bigs in the conference, I think, if he's that active. And just getting the pieces together. And I think Woody and Kadari bring a great different feel for the game. Kadari's a great playmaker, a really good athlete, and Woody's a lengthy shooter that can really stretch the court, and he's a good athlete. So I think that combination will be really good, as well as guys like Rob coming back off a red shirt. He really put on weight, got better, and I'm excited to see what he can do. And Quincy again a year under, he's really matured over the last year, and he's one of the best athletes, strongest guys in the league, I think. So he can really put up double-doubles any night. And, just a group that's going to play together and, give it our all. And I'm really excited for next season. And, it's a great group of guys. So I'm sure that it's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to get to work with them.
Well, that chemistry part of it certainly has a lot to say about what you're able to do on the court. So the last thing to finish on, Buddy, and you're unique, obviously, growing up here as following the program the way that you have and so closely invested in it. That poster that's over your left shoulder there, I'm looking at on the wall just behind my computer as well. Are you watching any of these old games? They're all being rerun, and then the 03 championship is going to be rerun on Saturday night, so we're all looking forward to that.
Yeah, I've definitely. I watched all the Big East reruns, with GMAC and his buzzer beater against Cincinnati, and then, just that run he had, and just some games here and there. I've watched Tyler Ennis's buzzer beater at Pittsburgh the other day on my laptop, and just little games here and there. I saw the Michigan game on yesterday, and me and my dad were like, we won't watch this one. But that was just a really fun run, a great team. And watching the 6 overtime game as well a couple weeks ago, just staying up till 1 or 2 watching that, and just the memories. And following that game with the overtime game against West Virginia, just such a fun run and a great team. Some of my favorite players, GMAC, Devendor, Eric, and Johnny Flynn, Andy Routens, and just guys that I looked up to as a kid. So it's a lot of fun watching those games, and just keeping in track with what happened 10 years ago from today, or 20, on the Instagram Cuse basketball. So just reliving those memories has been really cool, and has kind of kept us intact and keeping us entertained.
There's a little guy next to your mom at the 6 overtime game. Is that Jimmy or you? It's hard to tell because it goes by so fast.
That's me, actually. I got to go. I don't even know, like 7 or 8 probably. And
I think less than that.
Yeah.
That was 09. So
actually, no, I was probably 9 or 10 then, because I was 1999. So
there you go.
I was probably 10, and I think in the second overtime I had to go back in the locker room, and I couldn't take it. I was watching it with Coach Huggins and my mom. And, he was telling us that we're gonna win, and he'll see us tomorrow, because he was coaching West V still. And I was just so nervous. I felt like every overtime was a buzzer beater away from losing or winning. And then I went out in the 6 overtime game, and then after I went to McDonald's with some managers and stayed up that night. Then the next morning I watched the game again with my dad. So that was, probably my favorite trip growing up.
Oh, that's incredible. Can't wait to, lovely hearing those stories, and stay safe and healthy, and keep working on your game and stay in touch with the guys, and we'll talk to you on the other side of this. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.